Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Hell We Ride, where everything's fine and nothing wrong ever happens. When I last left off, everything was wrong and horrible things happened. I joke. The group just got the Sword of Zariel a session or two ago. They're trying to figure out what they should be doing next to help free the city of Elturel. And Brakka came up with the idea that in order to free it, they got to be at the city, right? Well, Brakka was near a withered hell tree, and Brakka had met a lot of trees that were definitely dead in Elturel. So, used a druidic spell to transport everyone via plant. I think that's the spell used.
Yep. Thank goodness it doesn't require the plant be alive.
Yep, all the way to Elturel again, which is now a lot closer to the river Styx as the chains are pulling it in. The endless feud of the Blood War at the base of it seemed to still be in full swing. At least from what they can tell, they still hear this immense amount of battle going on underneath the city. No one really got to the edge of it. They went back to the big castle called High Hall, which is in the southern part of the city on the map. That's on the left side of the ravine that you can see on the overlay. Excuse me. But then the group, as they were doing a quick survey and ran into a Hell Knight and vanquished him pretty quickly, ran into a white dragon with a frost giant rider on their back. And they introduced themselves as Ornoff Tolfisson, the frost giant, and Saga, the white dragon. There was a little bit of conversation going on. Little fuzzy in the details, but I'm pretty sure they are looking for their lord, the demon lord, Kochichi. And they're trying to free him. They've heard he's in Avernus, and without him, demons have been slowly overcoming the defenses of his domain. So they're trying to get him back. And as you all are having this conversation with them,
technically it was just Nix having the conversation.
As Nix is having a conversation with them, let's see here. Who has the egg?
That would be Richtofen.
Hello.
Okay. Richtofen. You remember that you have that egg and that they're looking for him, for this demon lord. With your pulsing wizard-like brain of intellect, you're pretty sure you do not want to reveal that to them, or that is their lord's greatest weakness. They'd probably be very upset that you have it and would probably try to kill you outright.
Obviously.
Where exactly do you have it? Just in your
It's on
backpack?
my cloak or your cloak or backpack.
Okay. Does anyone else do anything while this conversation's going on? You hear a lot of hissing up above, just barely. Mostly you hear the dragon's lower baritone hissing as they are speaking in Draconic, both them and Nix back and forth. Well, if no one else is going to do anything, we roll initiative.
Immediately?
Yep.
We were having a conversation last time. The dragon was not in a position to attack. Oh, may not be the dragon. Never mind.
We're still in a city full of demons and devils.
I remembered suddenly. Thank you.
Ah.
Let me do it.
Shut up.
We will start with Brakka.
7.
What is your dex bonus?
That was 7 total with the dex bonus. So I rolled a 4, so I have 3.
Okay, you are 7 the greater.
Oh,
Koi, what'd you get?
Natural 1.
Oof.
So
Better than on an attack roll.
That's true.
what's your total?
4. Sorry.
Okay. Because there's creatures that can get a nat 4 and you still beat them in initiative.
Like Abby.
Yeah. Nix, what'd you get?
17.
Okay. And Richtofen.
15.
All right. So, peering out of the dragon's shadow, you see a clawed silhouette of some fiendish, it's like a silhouette of some fiend with its claws and wings, and it seems to come out and it attacks the dragon and immediately retreats back into the shadow.
Nix would warn everybody about it.
No, this is all happening at once. They got lead initiative, so you all are surprised as it's happening.
Lovely. Alarm!
What?
Okay. It does not scratch through the dragon's scales, but it does scratch the scale, so to speak. While that's happening up above, Baraka and Koi, suddenly your shadows, you see 2 figures branch out of each of your own shadows, popping out of the ground, and those silhouette claws attack both of you. Nat 20 on Baraka.
oh shit.
21 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that thing I was telling you about the
Yeah,
dice
that hits.
earlier?
That's the first nat 20 I've rolled on these, by the way.
My point exactly.
You jinxed it.
I did not. I may have.
Okay, so both hit Baraka, and then Koi. I'm pretty sure 12 misses.
Yeah.
And a nat 2.
That one hits. No.
You're so surprised at how bad it is, you just lean into it, you know.
Yeah.
And then, Richtofen, you also have a single shadow pop out of your shadow and attack. 16 to hit.
Yes.
Okay, so they have advantage because they surprised you. Let me reroll Koi's because I think Koi's is the only one that they missed on. Oh, and the dragon. Okay, the dragon one still misses, but I got a nat 18 and a nat 17 with the advantages on Koi.
Oh, yeah, both hit.
All right, so ooh boy. Okay. Let me get my book for the crit. As we're off to a great start. 55. Branca, the claws, as they slash at you, they phase through your body. They don't leave any physical cuts on you at all. Both the non-critical one and the critical one. However, the critical one seems to go through your head, and the experience of that leaves you stunned until the end of your next turn. So, let me pull out the calculator here.
That's never a good sign.
Oh, yeah.
Baraka takes a total of 51 psychic damage.
Oh, shit.
Cloyd takes 34 psychic damage. And Richtofen takes 17. As suddenly your shadows seem to be sentient. And all attack you at once. All, like in coordination. During the attack, Richtofen, your backpack gets ripped off.
I think it's in my cloak.
Then the giant seems super surprised, wondering what the heck's going on. As it is your turn next.
Okay. How far are the shadows on the ground from the one that the dragon is casting?
The only one that you saw was it looked like like a shadowy claw just appeared from underneath the white dragon and attacked. And the frost giant unsheathed its double-bladed battle axe and was like looking down at like what just happened, what's going on, because the dragon obviously reacted to it in a surprise. And the giant looks at you angrily.
Okay, so I don't see the other ones, so that does change my plan slightly.
Yeah, you are pretty high up in the air, and you're a lot closer to them.
Okay, so first thing I'm going to do
You can
is
roll a perception check if you'd like.
not just yet.
Okay.
At this point, my focus is definitely going to be on the one that just attacked the dragon, especially since he seems to, I can't talk. Yeah. Attention being on the dragon shadow and the giant, because he's looking at me like I was the one that did it. So the first thing I wanted to do is warn him of the thing that's underneath this dragon that just attacked. And I'd want to attack it myself.
Okay. It attacked and immediately retreated back into the shadow. Roll me a perception check at disadvantage to see if you can see it.
Don't I have true sight? Let me rephrase that. I have true sight. I'm celestial. You're checking it, aren't you?
Yes, I am. Because with true sight, if something hides from you, you don't just automatically see it if it's hidden. It's just more of like if it's in darkness, you would see through it, or if it was disguised, you could see it for its true form. Or if it went into the ethereal plane, you would see it. You'd notice secret doors hidden by magic, for example. Like illusions would not work on you.
Also, would
You
this...
can see normal and magical darkness, invisible creatures and objects, automatically detect visible illusions that you need saving throws against, and you know the actual form of shape changers or creatures transformed by magic.
And also, if this is any type of... Well, you said perception, not insight, so never mind.
You could clearly tell that this entity is using the shadows as cover.
Okay. So I don't need to make the perception.
You know it's in there, but you'll have disadvantage on any attacks or anything.
Okay, that's fine. If I know where it's at, then I'm definitely warning the giant and the dragon and attacking what I would perceive to be the shadow. Specifically with... Just a second. Yeah, let's do an upcast lightning bolt.
Okay, in what language, Draconic?
Common. He doesn't understand Draconic. He's the one that's about to attack me.
Okay, roll your to hit at disadvantage.
Copy that. What's my to hit? Okay. 28 or... Oof, 18.
Okay, you shoot your lightning. Roll your damage.
Yay.
This is the single target one, right?
Correct. This is lightning bolt, not chain lightning. And that's 8.
No, lightning bolt.
Is lightning bolt a dex save?
Yeah.
Oh, you are correct. It is a dex save. I am terribly sorry. I was thinking.
In the area where the shadow left off, it would be within range that the dragon would get hit by it as well. Because it's 5 foot.
Not if I bend it. Sorcery point.
Okay, so you bend it around the dragon. Cool.
Yes.
I'll roll a dex save for this creature, because you know in the rough area where it's at.
Yes, wouldn't that
That's
be
where
obvious?
AoE spells are super helpful if a creature's hiding, because then you don't need to know, like, oh, I can't see them. That's fine. I blast the area they're hiding in.
Right. But would that be at disadvantage because of my elemental attunement or elemental adept?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
Why don't we, on D&D Beyond, we have all the answers, as I look it up. Cast, okay, you add your +5 to the damage, one of the damage roll dice for that spell. Oh no, that's your elemental affinity. Sorry. Elemental adept, there we go. Spells you cast ignore resistance to lightning damage. And when you roll damage that deals lightning, you can treat any one as a 2 instead on the die. Nothing about disadvantage on the save. However, your DC of 20, they definitely do not pass the total of 13.
I'll take that.
Or 14. My bad.
So that's 8d6 plus another one. That's 9d6. I'm missing a d6. There we are. Okay.
And
9d6.
as you shoot that lightning, hurling towards you is a giant-size icicle javelin.
Lovely. I just warned him about that.
As he had readied an attack action with it for whatever was attacking, and then you attacked. So you go.
Yes, but I didn't attack him. He would see that I was aiming below him, wouldn't he?
He would
right
see
in
you
front of him.
pointing at the dragon shooting lightning.
Well,
Your lightning bolt goes off much faster than him stopping his throw.
Fair enough. So possible shield reaction on the javelin, but it's 37 on the dice plus another 5, which is 42.
Okay.
Yeah, 42 lightning damage.
All of you were attacked from the shadows down below when there's a brief flash of lightning directly above you. You're not sure if it was from the companion or from your friend Nix. Hopefully from the companion. 22 to hit.
To hit me?
Yes.
Then that is indeed a shield moment.
Does your shield stop that?
Yes, absolutely. The shield will put me at 25.
Okay, the shield comes up just in time as the icicle hits it. This icicle is probably about 5 times your height in size. It seems to have been shaped into what looks like almost like a giant arrow. Or a spear, I guess would be more accurate. And it shatters upon hitting your shield. And the giant yells angrily.
I yell
in
back.
giant.
No, of course. Well, I would yell in common that it wasn't me. There's something below the dragon. There's something below Saga that just attacked.
Richtofen.
And my movement is the GTFO.
In what direction?
Oh, balls.
Do you fly up further into the skies of Avernus? Do you go down below to where your friends are at? You're only 50 feet up from them.
Right.
If I recall correctly.
From my position facing the dragon, I'm going to shift.
Lulu's right next to you. She did follow you.
Okay. I'm going to shift to the left about half of my movement, so about 45 feet, to get a better fix on what was there, as well as get out of the immediate point-blank range of that javelin.
Okay. Richtofen. Flash of light above you, and you see Nix just, not at full speed, but fly away from the scene.
Flutter, flutter, flutter.
Cautiously. Seems to be looking around. and almost in a panic.
I'm not looking around in a panic.
I don't know. In battle mode.
Still focused
Um,
on the target.
And ice shards hail down from above.
All right. Do I see what attacked me?
You do not. You want to roll perception check.
Yes. What is my perception? Oh, there we go.
Roll at disadvantage. It is a special thing this creature has.
Dirty 20 and a 22.
All right. You do see a shifting of the fiendish form, hiding purposely within the silhouette of your own shadow. It is ridiculously hard to see. Something else you notice, because perception isn't just sight, is you notice that the pocket in your robe where the egg is at is lighter than it should be.
Who's all around me right now?
Familiar faces
Everybody but Nyx and Lulu.
and worn out places.
I mean, like directly in front of me where my shadow is.
Everybody but Nyx and Lulu. I would say, and when you're all waiting down there, you guys wouldn't be like within. You'd be within social distancing of each other. You would say, right?
Probably,
Like
yeah.
about 5 feet away from each other or so.
Especially if there's a giant, we could fan out that way.
You are very sassy this evening, Scotty.
Well, if there's no one directly near me, I was going to use my breath attack on my shadow.
You can still do that.
It's a line, right? It's a line of acid.
Yeah, I would
Yes.
say if you shot it straight down, which is what you'd be doing, you wouldn't Roach's cat meow. You wouldn't hit any of your allies with it.
Then yes, I would do that.
Hey.
Is this a scene out of The Exorcist?
Oh, he made a big move. He's going to sleep at the foot of
The
my
other
bed.
side of the bed.
Yeah. Hard work for the big cat.
Wow.
Well, this entity fails on their deck save.
It's also kind of hard to dodge a pool of acid.
There's a will, there's a way.
True.
It's also difficult to hide in the shadow of a living thing, so
I mean, unless that's what your literal race does.
yeah. Maybe they are like acid pool dodgers specifically.
Okay,
So
no,
I
you're
don't
right.
hit with the acid.
You do.
Oh, I do.
Well, you do regardless. It's just it would have been halved if they made it and they didn't. They got a nat 2 on their check.
All right, so that's 46. Half of 23. So
So
11?
11.
Wait, did you say they failed?
Yeah.
So it would have been fully 23, right?
It would have been the full. Yeah, 23. Sorry. I'm used to them passing.
Oh, so it did. Okay, so 23
Yeah,
acid damage.
Yep. So you hit it, and that part of your shadow specifically sizzles. As you can make out the silhouette of what appears to be a horned-like fiendish creature with wings and elongated arms and claws, and no real lower half. It just seems to fade off into nothing.
Is it dead or melting?
It appears mildly perturbed.
And more importantly, does it have the egg?
It seems resistant. It took the full brunt of it.
All right. I would definitely be alerting people of what's going on and pointing down.
It's immune to my blood.
I'm a fan of blood.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna mute now.
You did notice out of the corner of your eye, you think you saw the egg go around the corner of a building about 10 feet away.
Wait, I saw the egg go away.
Mm-hmm.
Then I would be pursuing that thing.
Okay. You go around the corner, and around the corner is a dark alleyway.
I ain't scared of no ghost.
And as you move through the threatened square, the one you just breathed, it swings at you as a reaction. Okay, I had to make sure because these are. I'm using my teeny tiny dice tonight. I had to make sure if it was a 6 or a 9. It was a 6, so I'm pretty sure 11 misses you.
Yes.
Okay. That claw as you run past
Sucker!
it, still covered in the acid from your breath. After Richtofen is Brakka.
I'm stunned, so I can't really do anything, right? Till the end of my turn.
Yeah, that's correct. Lulu.
So Baraka's just like holding her head, just like, she manages to get out because I can speak sort of like stiltedly when I'm stunned, I think, right? Or someone like intermittently.
You can maybe say 1 or 2 words.
Just like the graveyard, because she just like has a flashback to the things in the church like graveyard, the start of all this.
Oh
And that
yeah,
orb.
you guys did run into these things there before.
Yeah, and that orb that was sitting in there like a meteorite. Yeah, but that's all she can do.
Lulu goes. Now, what will Lulu do? Lulu
will do Lulu. That came out wrong. I'm going to mute again.
Lulu looks at the giant with concern, and none of you hear it, but she speaks to it via telepathy, and she's trying to calm down the situation. None of you see this because you're kind of busy down there, and Nyx flew away to assess things. But Nyx, you just noticed that the giant seems to. Lulu is kind of a Digimon. The giant seems to be paying heed to something Lulu's doing.
Does that make me think he's not gonna shoot me again?
He seems to have backed down on his war cry a little bit. Still looks perturbed, but he does not look as perturbed against you now.
Okay, that's better.
And that's all Lulu can do. She used her action for persuasion. And then it is Koi's turn.
Shoot my shadow.
You roll with disadvantage.
Yeah.
You know it's in the shadowy area, but you don't know exactly where.
How is that disadvantage? It's point blank.
Yeah, but it's a bolt, so there's a lot of shadow to shoot, I guess.
D&D mechanics. It's in cover.
Oh, full cover?
No, but it's hiding, is why I would say it's in cover. Sorry, I should be careful with my wording there.
Because I'm like, I ignore cover.
Wait. So, was it counted for cover when I attacked?
No, it was hiding, though. It doesn't matter that it was hiding. You did an AoE thing on it.
Okay.
Okay, so first attack. Disadvantage. It's 18.
18 hits.
Okay, I spend one of the magic die.
When your bolt goes to hit the ground, instead of like just tinking off of the ground, or actually no, it's a crossbow. What am I saying? Especially a heavy crossbow. Instead of sticking into the ground, it actually seems to like stick into the surface of your shadow.
I need a strength saving throw from the thing.
Okay.
Are you about to knock a shadow prone?
No, I'm gonna try to push it 10 feet away.
Neat.
The 6 and 9 are way too close. Oh wow. 4.
This is 16, so I push it 10 feet or 15.
The DC 16?
Yeah.
Okay.
I push it 15 feet away.
Okay. You shoot at this weird angle, almost like you're doing a skipping stone, but with a crossbow bolt. And you see this fiendish figure just like do the thing in like anime when they get hit real hard and they go flying and they like drag on the ground. That's what it does, but it's like 2D. It's really weird. 10 feet away. Now completely
15.
visible to everybody.
Okay,
So now you do not have disadvantage to hit it.
perfect. I will use sharpshooter this time. Okay, that's 20 to hit.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, I did not tell you the damage from the prior, or did I?
15?
No, 15 is the feat. I pushed it.
Oh, how much damage did you do on the first one?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you this one first because I'm already, and I didn't roll for the last one, so. Wait, 18, 19, 22 piercing damage with this one.
Oh, wow, okay. And then the first one?
And the first one was the 2d10. Wow. 22. Wait, did I just do the same?
Nice. Parts of the shadow seem to wisp off of it.
Okay.
One of its arms seems to rip off like it's a piece of paper as your second bolt hits it, and like what's left of it, like another arm pops out. Pretty much instantly.
Make the third attack. I would. 18.
18 hits.
That's 23. Piercing damage.
And then on that last bolt, the shadow was just like a very light shadow at that point. It was pretty much fading away, and that third bolt hit it, and as it hit it, it just seems to roil and wreathe almost like a silhouette of a fire, like it's been burned, and it just disappears. And all three of your bolts are just on the ground right where it was.
Okay.
Kind of like whenever you kill a Heartless in Kingdom Hearts.
Exactly.
You sort of bend down on themselves and then.
Minus the crystal heart flying off somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Is that Koi's turn?
Yeah, because I used the second wind last time and I didn't rest. So yeah.
Okay. After.
Yeah. That's all.
Okay. After you, it is their turn again. So, Koi, where you're standing, you're surprised there was not one in your shadow. And the second one attacks you. 21 to hit.
Yeah.
17 psychic. As a claw swipes through your leg, and you feel it like the claws had actually been there, but there was no visible scars on your body at all. Baraka. Luckily, you are no longer stunned because it ended at the end of your turn.
Good.
2 more claws swipe out from your shadow. 23.
Hits.
And 15.
Misses.
Okay. Another 17 psychic damage.
Right.
What are they gonna do? You know what? Yeah. The shadowy entity that got hit by the acid damage phases through the corner of the building that Richtofen just went around, just beeline straight for him and went to claw at him. The 12 hit.
Nope.
Okay. Appearing on the street near all of you, I'll say within 15 feet of your guys' general group vicinity, the ground seems to freeze over for a moment, and coming out of the ground itself appears to be like a giant icicle and the icicle seems to break off and shatter. And on the inside of the icicle appears a white chitined insectoid-like being that has a 2-forked prong and big insectoid-like wings.
Oh boy.
And it sees all of you in your current situation. Seems pretty perturbed. I'm going to say it's going to roll a perception check, as there are a few visible versions of these shadows around.
Does this thing look like it's on our side? Or that may have been summoned by our ice giant friend?
You are not sure yet.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Regardless, in front of... how far away can I do that? 45 feet in front of you, Richtofen, in the alleyway. So like the other side of the alleyway where it would have opened up into the street, you see ice just appear between the two buildings, 10 feet tall.
Okay.
As the creature's insectoid hand reaches out that direction. The dragon immediately takes off. As it does, claws reach up to go swipe at it. Wow, it hits. Okay, and the you see the claw phase through Saege, the white dragon, as he roars in pain. And as he does, and he flies upwards, he looks straight down and breathes what appears to be like a blizzard just right out of its mouth. And as it does, you notice the giant trying to make it stop. And everyone down below, I think you're just in range of the cone.
Ah, shit.
Would that include myself
Actually,
as I left?
Koi and Brakka would be in range. So both Koi and Brakka need to give me Constitution saving throws. And so does everything in your shadows.
Con saving throw, okay.
And I'll say also that one shadowy entity that you pushed 15 feet is still in range.
23 for Brakka.
Okay.
18? 16, sorry. But if I fail, I will choose to reroll to spider.
You would fail.
Then I will reroll. Okay, much better. 26.
All right. Both of you only take 27 cold damage.
I have resistance to cold damage.
And I'll use the charge from my shield. Let's use the charge from my shield to absorb that, my absorb elements charge on my shield. So that gives me resistance to the triggering damage type until the start of my next turn.
All right. Let me...
So I think that halves it again?
Yep. It halves the damage you would have taken. Now, very visible now, as the frost has collected onto them in your shadows, as they're now like beveled on the ground. You see 4 of these entities. One up above on the top of the tower that got hit by this point blank and failed. And then the 3 down below that were attacking you two. And then the one that... Actually, no, that one went after Richtofen, that's right.
Oh.
Well, one of these shadowy creatures completely froze solid. And then you just see it just shatter and disappear.
How much damage was it?
For those that failed and didn't have resistances or anything, it was 54 full damage. But you made your check so it halved, and then you have resistance, so it's half of half. So you took 13. Frost Giant, now able to see the silhouettes of these creatures, immediately attacks the one that attacked his dragon with another icicle. With a nat 1.
No.
Well, I mean, it's what he gets for attacking us before he realized what the problem was.
And if he falls off it, he could just squish it.
Or, accidentally land on his own weapon. Because that's in charge.
It worked too. Could do that too. Didn't think about that.
Wow, yeah, he falls onto the top of the tower. He leans too far forward off the saddle and falls off. But I'll say his foot got caught in a loop, so he's prone, like looped upside down, still up in the air with the dragon.
Does he smack the shadow though?
With the nat 1, no.
Balls.
All right, and then after their turns, Nyx, sorry, right, definitely Nyx.
How many times did you just almost say Richtofen there?
I thought once.
Nixtofen.
Oh God, don't give the fans anything to write about. Okay, so this has become annoying as crap. So I'm going to do something that's probably a bad idea. Crown of Stars.
All right, so as an action, I think 7 motes of light appear around your head.
To do 7 star-like motes of light appear around and orbit my head until the spell ends for an hour or until I use them. However, it only takes a bonus action to send one of the motes streaking towards a creature within 120 feet of me.
Okay, you have a lot of targets.
Yes, I do.
I mean, there's Richtofen.
Actually, wait a second. Giant swinging by his foot, right?
Yeah, he's currently prone. So ironically enough, you would have disadvantage. Actually, you know what? Because it's a weird situation, you would not have disadvantage.
I'm not going to try and hit him. I may just retcon my Crown of Stars. Give me just a second.
You see a lot of fiendish entities down below that are made of shadows that have been quite frozen. There's the one that was not so frozen that is pretty much right next to Richtofen that you can see.
How close is Saege and the giant?
They're within range. You only move 45 feet away.
Okay, but retcon the Crown of Stars. Because if I'm not mistaken, I can use telekinesis to get the giant back on top of Saege, effectively lifting him up off the ground, or off the loop, and putting him back on top, back on spot.
Telekinesis, let's see here.
Because for a creature, so long as it's huge or smaller,
he would fit those parameters.
And obviously, I would not induce the restrained. It would just be picking him up, putting him back on the saddle, and letting him go.
All right. So he feels like you go to use it, and the giant feels some kind of force manipulating him. So he's going to be trying to fight against it via instinct.
And if I scream at him, telling him that it's me trying to help him?
You're not sure he understood common. However, your DC is 20, correct?
Correct.
Even with him fighting against it, you're able to get him back up on top of the dragon.
Okay, and then I would fly closer, give him a thumbs up with the free hand that has the orb in it, so I can still do that. And then effectively try to position myself to show him I'm fighting with him, not against him.
Just give me a A non-proficient charisma roll.
But I am proficient with charisma.
Not proficient with dealing with giants.
But I'm adorable.
Giant doesn't.
Well, I don't know. How about a nat 20?
Okay. He does the like, head tilt thing, you know. And he seems to be at least neutral with you and not hostile.
That's perfectly fine. That's all I wanted. Stop attacking me and my party and let us kill the things that are actually trying to attack us. And that's my turn.
Okay. Richtofen.
Yes.
It is now close enough that you can just barely make out these little motes of light that appear to be the eyes of this fiendish creature next to you. That swiped at you through the wall.
Sure, that's not a mirror.
And what about the one
Not
with
sure
the
if
egg?
racist or. I'm joking.
No.
Po.
Oh God, no! Don't invoke him. We'll all die.
Oh yeah, and the way down the alleyway got frozen over by ice. You notice as you turn around immediately. What am I saying? All of you know what this creature is because you've been studying up devils. An ice devil is behind you. One of the highest tier devils in the 9 hells.
Oh,
The
so
next
they
rank
actually
above that one is a Balor. What am I
So
saying?
they
Balors are demons. Pit fiend. Mino fiend's good.
So they actually do stand a snowball's chance in hell.
Mm-hmm.
So what about the egg?
No sign of it.
It didn't get stopped by the ice wall,
You're not sure.
but I don't see anything, or what's going on?
Roll me a perception check. If you're gonna search for the egg.
26.
You just notice it going above the 10-foot ice wall and going around the other side as you see like a shadowy hand holding it.
How far is it away from me?
It is now under total cover as it went around the other side of the wall.
How far is it away from me?
30 feet.
Fireball at the top of the wall.
His face.
Of course, now I gotta look at the rules for Wall of Ice.
No. I just see, the only thing I could see from your face is, well, shit. I didn't expect that.
Air burst.
Roll damage.
Hard-boiled egg.
Well, it's invulnerable, so that's good.
Yeah, it's a phylactery. It's not going to be destroyed unless those specific conditions are met. So he's literally nuking everything around it.
The egg just is sitting in a smoking crater.
Hey, and he gets to get his fireball off.
40.
40 fire damage.
Yes.
What's your spell save DC?
My spell save is, I believe it was like 16?
Oh, 17.
17.
Sorry, I should have just looked on D&D Beyond. My bad.
It's right there, man. Come on.
Reading up the rules on the spell. The wall of ice is vulnerable to fire damage. So instead of taking 40 fire, it takes 80. So your fireball explodes, immediately melting off the wall of ice. Frigid air takes the place of where the wall was. When it just completely shatters from your explosion. The creature holding the phylactery, pretty darn close to that, so they need to make a save. Don't mind me, I have multiple monster sheets out.
Don't mind me just taking off the monsters he just killed.
Oh, this isn't even the spell version. They have their own. Ice Devils have their own unique version of Wall of Ice.
Mute.
Of course they do.
It still is vulnerable to fire damage. It only has 30 total hit points, so you still just destroy the heck out of the wall. There it is. There's the DC I was looking for. Did it pass? That is the question. It does not pass this con save from the frigid air. As ironically enough, your fireball not only deals fire damage to this creature, but it also gets hit by the frosty explosion of the wall. So you just icy hotted the shadow entity.
Frost fire explosion.
I just bingoed that son of a.
Freezer burn.
I've always wanted to use the name Freezer Burn for a mutant that had both fire and ice abilities.
Hey, what you doing? Thwart my plans.
Your fire seemed to hurt it a little bit. And I'm a fool, because that frost damage didn't seem to affect it at all. Didn't affect any of them that got hit by it.
Okay, so no ice.
Ice, damn it.
Seems completely immune to cold damage.
Oh, did I piss it off with a fire damage?
And since Nyx is flying around, Nyx, you notice that the one that's up in the tower that got hit by point blank by the cold thing, it definitely got hit by your lightning. You know that. It seems completely unaffected by it.
By the lightning or the ice?
Yes. To both.
Ugh. All right.
Forgot how powerful these things were. Okay, so after that, fireball. Do you do anything else, Richtofen?
I would maintain pursuit.
Okay.
Give me back my egg.
You run up to it. Because it was 30 feet away, so you just use your move to get right up next to it. And that's your turn?
Yes.
All right. Baraka.
Mm-hmm. Right, so I have two shadows in my shadow, probably. They duck back in, right?
They had, but the cold breath revealed their location. They weren't affected by it, per se, damage-wise. That got rid of the shadowy cover they had.
Right, so how far away are they from me?
Pretty much right next to you.
Okay, and there's two of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, so Brakka's Eye is going to like white over again Stormwise, and she's going to reach out and cast Call Lightning again. And aim it so that it's going to just catch them in the lightning blast and not her.
Okay, in order to do that, you're going to have to move back, and that would provoke opportunity attack. Are you willing to accept that?
Wait, I can't re-angle. I can't just aim.
They're like right next to you.
Right, on either side, or just in front of me.
What's the range for Call Lightning?
Call Lightning. The radius of the effect is. Choose a point. Each creature within 5 feet of that point.
Okay. Yeah. I thought it was like 10. I thought it was 10. Yeah.
5 feet.
You can have it so you're just barely out of it.
Yeah. So I just get a little bit of singe on the eyebrows. Yeah. Just want to zap them.
You zap both of them. And they seem completely unaffected.
Dexterity saving throws. They don't make them. They're just not gonna make them.
They are immune.
I'm not even gonna go damage for that one. Right. That's I'm gonna bonus action Shillelagh on my club.
Okay.
Just have that up.
After Brakka is Lulu. Lulu, seeing that the giant and dragon aren't going to try to kill Nyx anymore, zips down to where you're at, Brakka, and says, "These are shadow demons. We have to use the light against them. I got this." I don't know. I can't do a cute little elephant trumpet, but she uses the trumpet of sparkles, and she makes sure it doesn't hit you.
Wouldn't that
Trumpet
just
of
be something like
sparkle.
Markiplier's poof?
Pretty much, yeah.
No, I can't unsee Lulu pink mustache.
Saves for
You
those.
pressed it.
Not only those two,
Minor
but
illusion.
also the shadow demons that the shadow demon that's still in Koi's area.
Oh,
That one passed. Wow. Oh no, they have disadvantage. Aha. Keep forgetting that. Oh, that makes it fail. Oh, you poor little shadow demon. You poor little thing. Now you take 44 radiant damage because he's vulnerable.
And here I thought I was the bug zapper.
burn.
They did not like that at all. Lots of demonic hissing on the ground.
Did I notice this?
Yes, definitely.
Yay!
Koi. Fireworks like shoot up like right next to you. Somehow none of them hit you.
Oh, thank you, Lolo.
You're welcome. Let's
I
kick their
guess-
butts.
Like we always do. I'm
The one
hurt.
that's right next to you looks really, really hurt by that trumpet sparkles. It's
Okay.
like, sparkles. It's too cute. Ah.
It's so good it burns.
Uh,
It makes me angry.
so I will just.
The only thing
I
I
mean,
hate
it's my
more.
turn.
Yeah, it's your turn. But it's
Okay.
the only thing I hate more is silver. Ah.
Well, I got bad news for you, dude. You're one dead sneaky shadow son of a bitch. As I'm casting the worst hex in the world.
It goes, Nani? It's at you.
And I should. That's.
Oh, sorry. Wait. It goes. Oh no, that's okay. Menu. Take your time loading. Okay. Then it goes. Nani?
Cute. Very cute.
18.
18 hits.
Okay.
You know what? No. I'm just gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that on there.
Just gonna keep that tabbed.
Okay. That's 24 piercing and 5 necrotic damage.
Okay. You're not sure if the necrotic damage did anything, but it does the Dragon Ball, like, the energy hits it, and it's like, from your single bolt.
Yeah. Okay. That was excessive. And I guess
There's two of them next to Brakka that you can now see.
Okay. Then I will shoot the one that's kind of closest.
Okay. Ha ha ha. You thought lightning would work on us. Nani! As a bolt goes flying at it.
Okay, that's a natural one.
No!
Oh shit.
D100. This might screw you over.
Yeah. High chance. Where's the decimal thing? Over here. Okay, 63.
Ooh. Somehow, in the process of executing that attack, you trip and move back 15 feet and fall prone.
Oh. Okay. I will shoot again then. At disadvantage, I guess.
You can use half your move to get up. You haven't moved yet.
Oh, right.
And since
Right,
you
right,
moved 15 feet, that was not voluntary, so I don't count that against you.
Okay. Oh, then. For some reason, the backlash from the crossbow just sent me flying backwards, and then I shouldn't. Okay.
I would say you tried to do the twist thing, where they do with all the sexy ladies in movie posters, where somehow your butt and your boobs are at the same time, but it just doesn't work. and you just
Oh, the puppy would.
comical accident.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, next attack is 21.
That does hit.
Do I need to tell you the necrotic damage?
Still separate them.
Uh, 20 piercing and 1 necrotic.
I think the necrotic was a little cherry on top. A little black cherry on top. And poof, that shadow entity is no more.
Okay. Do we have to kill the white one?
The ice demon.
Yeah, I yell at the party.
I don't know. Does he look like he's hostile to us?
Hard to tell.
Like
Okay.
with my passive insight is 20. So
20.
passive insight, just passive.
It does not look like it's on your side, but you're not sure if it's hostile or not.
Doesn't look like he's actually friendly, but I don't know for sure.
Okay,
Oh yeah,
that's my
charge.
that's my turn then.
Okay. After Koi, we loop back around and it is their turns. So the Ice Devil immediately looks over at Richtofen, and Richtofen, you hear via telepathy, "Hand me the phylactery now."
Come and take it.
Oh no, it's gonna do it.
Are you coming to get my phylactery? Well, I can't beat your ass without getting closer now, can I?
And it says back via telepathy, "I wouldn't have it any other way," as it jumps to you and stabs at you with the spear, and swipes at you with its weird long tail, insectoid-like tail.
Is this the ice demon or the shadow demon?
This is the Ice Devil.
Oh, ice devil.
Real quick, I just want to apologize to the audience about the failed JoJo reference I just made. Thank you.
Does a 24 hit?
Yeah.
Oh boy. And then tail attack.
And a shield.
That got up like a 24.
A 20. Does a dirty 20 hit?
What would shield do?
+5 as a reaction to your AC.
Then no.
Does a dirty 20 hit?
Yes.
Okay. You take 12 bludgeoning damage and 10 cold damage from the tail as it smacks you. And
So
then
22?
yes. And then as the spear stabs you, you take 14 piercing damage plus an additional 10 cold damage. And I need a Constitution saving throw.
$24.
All right. This spear, this two-pronged spear, appears to be made of some supernatural ice. It is painfully cold on its own, let alone it stabbing through you. And then that's when you notice, and the devil noticed, the shadowy entity that went through the building to you and swiped at you, it retreats, it disengages, and it disappears through the building. The one that you saw with your egg, gone. It disappears. It flies into the sky. The rest of you, the rest of the shadowy entities that are still alive, all disengage from you and fly into the sky. Actually, would they fly into the sky? They know someone's got a ranged weapon that can hurt them. Let's see. They all go into various places, phasing through walls and such as they retreat.
Bueno, boys.
The dragon stays where it is up in the air, and it's looking around, surveying the scene, noticing that none of these creatures took any damage from its breath attack. All of them retreated from you. Sees the devil. It looks up at the giant, says in Draconic, there's too many hostiles here. We shall retreat. And the giant begrudgingly agrees, and they fly off.
The giant knows Draconic?
Yes. And they go flying off. So now it's just you guys and the Ice Devil.
Well, so much for that plan for the evening.
Ice Devil, seeing that it is now noon, want to make sure. Okay, yeah, I know it would have to have used its action to do this. Oh, never mind. All right, that's all the enemies' turns as we loop back around to next.
Do I see the ice demon?
Oui.
Sorry, I don't know why I did it that way. What's the distance?
Within range of your Modus Stars.
I didn't cast Modus Stars.
Oh, about 100 feet away, since you're flying in the air and you moved off.
Oh, lovely. So then I move 10 feet forward. Actually, no, I'll go half. No, you know what? Screw that. Full 90. I am 10 feet away from this guy up in the air.
Okay.
And pointing the sword straight down at him, I'm going to upcast Chromatic Orb for fire damage. So give me just a second.
Fire damage. Got it. At what level do you cast it?
That's what I'm looking for. Let's see. Let's go for 4th level.
Okay. Dex save.
I don't believe so. I
It's a
believe
hit.
that's a roll
that's
to
a
hit.
hit. Okay, roll to hit.
Yes. Okay. 28 to hit.
Lulu's my name, yes. Oh,
Sorry.
You definitely hit.
Okay, so that is a 4th level spell. That is
A fireball, what appears to be almost like a fireball-sized fiery chromatic orb, goes swirling at this ice devil.
6d8. So
It's square in the chest, bunch of smoke. Explosion. I'm sorry, I'm in a Dragon Ball mood.
you're perfectly fine.
Perfect.
Hey, you're good.
Just as a flavor, when Nyx casts the chromatic orb, they're pointing the sword and it's shooting out of the end of the sword for 35 fire damage.
Okay. You hit it, and as the smoke clears, you can hear like chink, chink, chink of its chitin-like legs moving forward through the smoke, seeming completely unaffected by your fire attack. It says, via telepathy, that is Zariel's divine spark. That might be even more useful. I think I'll take that instead. Where's that horse? Sorry.
Points to the corpse on the ground.
Suddenly a horse falls out of the sky for no apparent reason.
Someone knocks a nightmare out of the ground, out of the sky.
Yeah,
I'm
Hell
just
Knight.
poking one of those dead nightmares because I think I just killed 3 on this campaign.
Richtofen, it's your turn.
Is there still a spear through me?
No, it stabbed you and then pulled out.
My turn. Finger of death.
Ooh. That's con save, right?
Yes.
Mighty Finger of Death. I know of a certain vampire warlock in my Tranquil Sea campaign who's made great use of that spell.
Did he just Yamcha the devil?
Might have. I will tell you the secondary part of that spell will not affect it. The devil, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
But that's only the secondary part of it.
Yes. As Richtofen just puts fingers up to his forehead and then he shoots a spiral like beam attack.
No, I am not doing the special beam cannon.
It's the Makan Kosa Po. Get it right.
Jargon attack.
With advantage, it only gets 12.
Well, does it fail or
It fails.
pass?
It fails. Yeah, your DC's higher than that.
Oh, well.
This is a shooter sucks spell too, so thank goodness it failed.
70.
You hit it, and ooh, how's this? You notice that the icy, bright like chitin on its body seems to fade off a lot. You hear a lot of cracking noises of ice inside it, and it seems to start to like break up a little bit from that finger of death.
Now, when it moved towards Nyx, would I get an opportunity attack?
No, that was me just being overly dramatic.
Aww.
It technically hasn't gotten the move yet,
Oh, shit. Sorry.
but it is right next to you. And you used your action for Finger of Death. You do
So
it.
if I move back, he'd get an opportunity attack, wouldn't he?
Yes.
I'll stand my ground then.
Okay, after Richtofen is Baraka.
All right, Brakka just starts running towards this guy, full movement. Will I be able to get to him with full 30?
I would say so, yeah.
All right. As she's running, her skin starts to darken and become bark-like, and she grows, and her hair looks a little more voluminous and a little more green with leaves in it. She's going to use Guardian of Nature again. Casting that spell, Guardian of Nature. And Great Tree variants. She's got 10 temporary HP. And now, as she swings around with her shillelagh Lathander club, it's going to have an advantage because this is a wisdom-based attack now.
Nice. Or should I say ice?
No, you shouldn't say that.
Sorry, I guess it's not cool
Don't
enough.
you. Damn it.
That's 24 to hit him.
A 24 does hit.
All right, excellent. And that is going to be plus 5. Is this? No, that's the wrong thing. Wrong damage dice. This is a D8 plus 5 magic bludgeoning damage from a weapon that was given to me by a god. So 11 points of bludgeoning damage as she just runs up, roars, and smacks him across the face with her war club.
Okay. Get a pretty solid hit in. As give me a moment. For those at home, I'm getting a nice picture of an ice devil. Because I don't think any description I could give would do it justice.
It's like a xenomorph mixed with a bug, if I remember right.
Actually,
It's like
yeah, that's never mind.
Yeah.
You gave that description perfectly.
Like it's a white xenomorph mixed with a dragonfly, and it's holding a bident.
It's like a locust mantis.
It's like that
Beef.
green guy from Space Goes Coast to Coast.
What is that thing's name again? You don't remember that name?
Zarbrak or something.
Zabrak.
I also posted in Discord for you guys. How much damage was that again?
That was 11, I believe.
Right.
Those actually make me think more of the creatures from Dark Souls 3 in the DLC, the Ringed City,
Oh yeah, yeah.
just without the more human face.
And then that's your turn, right, Brakka?
Yeah, it's my turn. That's all I can
Okay.
do. This thing is my bonus action to cast Guardian of Nature, and then my action to smack him across the face with my shillelagh club.
Lulu says, "You're not getting Zariel's sword," and she just flies over and she charges with her tusks.
Shank him, Lulu.
She has advantage because it's a devil.
Please don't hit the ground. Please don't hit the ground. Please don't hit the ground.
Again.
If she somehow hits the ground at advantage, that means she rolled 2 nat ones.
Oh.
It's happened before, Scotty.
That's true. She just hits, actually. And as you hit the ice devil with your club and it like recoils this way, like she just comes flying from this side and hits it as a flyby with her tusks as he just hits this way. Looks like she did a lot less damage than you, though.
Still gave him whiplash.
Mm-hmm. And then after Lulu, it is Koi's turn.
I will grab my crossbow, limp a little bit, and say, okay, but after this one, we take a break, guys. And just action surge and everything. I will shoot all the arrows now in the world that exist, which means like 6.
I see you're pulling a Fate Zero, where you just have portals with a bunch of
Gate
weapons
of-
that just show up out of nowhere.
Gate of Triton.
Yeah.
Koi's
Okay,
like Silver Bolt Bomb.
So first one is 21.
21 hits.
Perfect.
I just imagine Koi putting up her hands and then just like a Katamari like size orb made entirely out of silver crossbow bolts just appears and it just chucks them.
I must have a guy by my side just reloading crossbows like crazy, just so I can shoot that many bolts.
Just hands it to you.
Oh, I was thinking you spend like 5 minutes in combat, like 5 full minutes, just like with your hands up, preparing for your ultimate attack. And then you just reach down, grab your crossbow, and shoot a few times.
Yeah.
If Koi takes levels in Ranger, that's probably how she'll do Conjure Barrage.
Yeah, you hit with the first one.
Okay. Yeah, I will spend the last superiority die to just be extra, but I don't know what to do with it. Because everyone is like already melee with the creature. I guess I will use it to give advantage to the next attack. Yeah. And I roll.
You give it to Brakka, I assume, since Brakka's running there in melee.
Well, the next one who makes an attack roll has advantage.
Ah, okay.
$27 piercing damage.
Ooh, okay.
Okay. Next attack. That's 13.
A 13. The bolt scrapes off the side of its shooting plates.
Okay.
It's looking fairly beat up now. Not bloody. You guys have been whaming on pretty good there.
18.
An 18. It just gets between 2 gaps on plates. How much damage do you do?
Oh, okay. 15.
Okay.
Okay, I can search and keep attacking. Uh, 18.
18 hits. I
Did it just roll the same? Yeah.
guess you did. I like to imagine, even though this is not possible, well, none of this is possible with your crossbow, You're doing like the cowboy revolver, and you're just fanning the gun.
Oh, imagine the biceps to do that. That's 11.
Okay.
Okay, that's a 17.
17 to hit.
Yeah.
17 does not.
Okay. And last one. Finally, then a 20.
Hey,
But
D100.
I have nothing to add to that attack.
Oh, I forgot to mention for those at home, because I mention it every time. Same if there's lost notes to everything else. One of the most popular things in the DM's Guild. For good reason.
So 3 zeros, it's 100?
You got 100?
I got three zeros.
That's 100.
That's 100 then.
Silver bolts are considered magical.
Oh.
So I'll say
yeah.
this applies. Everybody notices Koi disappear. Koi gets off that final shot and just disappears. How much damage do you do?
It's twice the dice.
Mm-hmm.
18 piercing damage.
Okay. The devil is still up. That ends your turn.
Yeah.
Nix. You notice where Koi was standing. Koi is now standing there, but appears almost like ghostly and spectral. For everyone else, you're gone. You turned invisible to the beginning of your next turn.
Cool.
Or till the end of your next turn, as long as you don't do an attack of some kind. Do an attack or cast a spell? Yeah. So.
Well.
The Ice Devil. Snarls. And limps, takes like a half step back, as there's just a bunch of bolts in it now. And like a very clear part of its mandible got fractured from the bludgeon attack to the face. And the other side is crushed a little bit from a tusk that kind of poked into it a little bit.
So it moved away?
No. And it waves its arms around dramatically and then raises them up in the air. Says a bunch of stuff in Infernal, which Richtofen understands.
Is this during my turn?
Attempting to... No, it goes on 20. Did I skip your turn?
It's a good question, because you kind of said Nix and then went on to your...
No, monsters went always first.
Because you asked for my attention.
Nix went because
I said Nix just because you could see.
Oh, because I could see Koi. Okay.
No one else can at the moment. But yeah, this Ice Devil does some dramatic, over-the-top magic stuff, and Richtofen can make out some of the Infernal. It's speaking really fast and with very specific grammar. You think it's trying to summon another devil. Appearing near you guys is another Ice Devil.
Oh, God.
And this one lets out a little snicker, seeing that it was successful. Purple blood is oozing out of its insectoid-like mouth. And as it hits the ground, the area around it like frosts over. And that is its turn.
Wait, so it's dead?
It is still up. Very, very hurt, though. Nix, it is your turn. The new one that got summoned is closer to you. looking right at you.
So it's immune to fire.
Hmm.
Do I have any guess as to what else it may be?
Give me an Arcana check.
Okay.
You know they're immune to cold,
And fire, apparently.
and now definitely know fire from practice.
Do 26.
Ice devils, also known as Gelugons in Infernal, are most commonly found in the cold layers of Striga and Candia. They serve as commanders in the infernal armies of the Nine Hells, tormenting lesser devils as an outlet for their anger and resentment. They are very envious and bitter, even by devil standards. They always work ceaselessly towards promotion being a pit fiend. They slaughter the enemies of the Nine Hells and claim as many souls as they can for their archdevil masters. You know that they are also immune to poison.
I should have done this.
And their ice, and the few of them that have ice spears, like luckily the one that got summoned does not have an ice spear. The ice spear can slow down enemies because of its infernal coldness.
So yeah, I definitely should have done this a whole lot sooner. I'm pretty much point blank to the one that was just summoned, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. So lift my sword, point it straight at the chest. Chain lightning. I need dex saves, please.
Okay.
And remember, if they had any resistance, it would be ignored. That doesn't give them disadvantage. Never mind.
Oh, with that roll, you know they're not resistant or immune to lightning.
I'm fairly certain.
Dirty 20 for the first guy. Does he pass? He does not. No, 20 would be just pass.
I couldn't use a spell point to empower that, could I?
Would
Sorcerer
empowering
point.
it change your DC?
That's a good question.
Or change their roll?
That's a good question. I'm going to look this up as quickly as I can.
D&D Beyond.
Magic. Reroll the number of damage dice. So now it changes the damage, not the DC for it. Damn it.
Heightened spell is what you probably would need for that.
I don't have heightened, do I?
The lightning bolt shoots off, and with supernatural speed, even with the amount of damage. No, you aimed at the new one. With supernatural speed, it seems like just a single dodge iframe, and just and your lightning bolt missed, hitting the ground.
Plus it's chain lightning, it goes to the other one.
It does half as much damage on a successful dex save. He still gets hit, and it still arcs.
Yep, he doesn't get hit directly by it, though. And then the second one. It's also a dirty 20.
Bullshit. Oh, well.
These are bugs. They're pretty fast.
These are supernaturally fast. You know that these are some of the elite of the elite in the devil's armies against the demons and such.
Well, 57 lightning damage is still nothing to sneeze at. But that's halved.
It is definitely not, because that makes it 28 lightning, even when it's halved. Which is enough to down the one that you guys are already fighting. It does move out of the way, but then it immediately falls on the ground, fried by your the residual static from the bolt.
Opportunity attack to kick it while it's down?
Sure.
Yay.
You kick it. No need to roll. I'm not going to risk you accidentally nat wanting over something like that. That's Nix's turn.
Yeah, I guess that's Nix's turn.
Yeah, them horses.
Sorry.
Richtofen,
Yes.
A herd of them flying out of the sky now.
it is your turn. The one that was fighting you guys originally is down about 15 feet behind you, back in the main street, since you're at like the entryway of the alleyway. Is another ice devil. You know, is floating in the air pretty close to it is Nyx, who just shot off that chain lightning.
How far is it away from me?
15 feet.
Blight.
Con save. Con save. Why do I keep lowering its stats? Okay. It has advantage. It rolled 2 nat 20s. I'm not joking. It just wasted 2 nat 20s on that.
Yeah.
So it still takes half.
Yeah.
Okay. Change that modifier back. Let's see, it's 35. So that would be 17 necrotic. No, wait.
That's after it's halved?
No, wait.
How much was it total before a half?
Wait a minute. I didn't roll the right ones. Shit. Double check D&D Brianna real quick. Blight, it would be 8d8s. It was 35 total.
Okay, so 17.
Yeah.
Your blight seems to course through its body. It was not as effective as Finger of Death, of course, but it's kind of the same effects of Finger of Death, not as grandiose.
He's 15 feet away. I didn't punch through his chest.
Sorry, I'm double checking thing. They are classified as a greater devil. Yeah, they're definitely greater devil. Okay. So, this ice devil. After your turn, Richtofen, Brakka, you're next, but on your turn, the ice devil looks over at all of you and says, via telepathy, I'm obviously not going to win against you all. How about we make a deal? I serve you for 9 days, and you let me live. Then I say, I couldn't find you.
Any chance of an attack of opportunity?
It is Brakka's turn. As the ice devil is looking around at all of you. Yes, I am here under orders by that guy, pointing over at the corpse. But since Nahi is deceased, that means our higher up is who I'm under command under. He has not given me any command to kill you.
Brakka's going to walk up to him and just is just spinning the club in one hand like someone would a drumstick. He just puts it under his chin, just to where he's still able to see some of his buddy's blood on it. And he just goes, how about, since you know you can't beat us, you just do that anyways. You're the loss here, not us. You die here, you die permanent. I'd say it's a little more incentive to cooperate, don't you think? She's going to try to intimidate him.
Okay, roll intimidation.
All right, I have not used this skill before. Half-Orcness. That's a soft 20.
Okay. The Ice Devil says, fair enough. You do have a more advantage on this deal than I do.
Mm-hmm.
But you must understand, we devils steal and deal. We only do what we are binded to do. And I would rather not die.
Mm-hmm.
You'd probably rather not have to deal with me.
Oh, most assuredly. We would actually not have to deal with most of you here. And since we have to deal with absolutes, we have to deal with bindings, I suppose. Perhaps
Only
you could help.
Only something that is for me.
Mm-hmm. For you. All right.
I care more about myself existing more than anything else.
Oh, of course. It's everyone for themselves out here in Avernus.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with the blood war going on.
And what say the rest of you? Actually, Baraka, do you do anything else in your turn?
Brakka just looks to everybody else and just goes, we need to talk to somebody, don't we, everybody?
I've been trying to find where that egg went.
Can we just like?
Are we assuming combat is sort of ceased right now since we're kind of in negotiations?
We'll go one at a time on this then.
Right. Just look back at everybody, guys.
Koi,
We still need to talk to somebody, don't we?
Koi, do you do anything that is of combat significance?
No, I will just like whatever. Can we just like sit down, have a shawarma or something?
Nix.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna be asking questions.
So you're not gonna do combat anymore for now?
Possibly. It depends on the answer I get.
On your next turn, you're not going to do anything combat-wise, which is the next 6 seconds, since you did your last thing.
I guess I have to talk to him first, so I guess that means yes.
Richtofen, do you do anything aggressive?
No. Can I try to figure out where the egg went?
It went out of sight around the building. You saw the shadowy entity with it. That was a while ago.
Can we have Lulu scout for it?
You be careful, she says, looking at the ice devil very trying to find the right word. Untrustingly, I guess. With doubt in her eyes.
Wearily?
Yes. And she flies off in that direction. I have a roll perception. Okay then. I can see that you are mortals that can be reasoned with. That is good.
Mm-hmm. We all kind of
want
ice
devil puts its chitten hand on the ground, and as it does, it pulls up what you're not sure. You thought maybe it was like a stone for a moment, and then it pulls it the rest of the way out of the ground. And appearing out of the ground, you see what appears to be a very withered looking humanoid body that it's like skin and bone pretty much. Eyes sockets are very sunken in. You can see eyes and mouth have been stitched shut. Its arms are like this and have been stitched to its skin. The hands and arms are stuck like this, and it's just like hunched over. And you notice the only part of it that seems relatively fine is its back. and the devil pulls out this icy quill out of thin air and starts writing into the creature's back very quickly, and you hear them whimper in pain. It says, and you notice he's writing it in common for you all. And as you look over, the skin is not bleeding at all. This is writing, but it's very clearly carving into the body. The quill itself is more like a dagger than anything else. And from a quick look at the contract, you can see that the Ice Devil will serve those that signed this contract loyally for a period not exceeding 9 days from the moment it is signed. And then as a trade, the Ice Devil will not pursue you anymore, and none of its followers or anyone under its command will pursue you for the phylactery of Kochichi, the demon lord of the Frozen Wastelands.
Brakka sees that part and just looks at him and just goes, add to that, will not pursue for, add to this the clause, will not pursue for the phylactery of Kochichi of the Frozen, what does it say, Lord of the Frozen Wastelands?
Yeah.
That character?
Yeah.
Lord of the Frozen Wastelands, or the Sword of Zariel.
Hard bargaining there. I like you. And puts it down.
Right.
Hands
Looks
you
at-
the icy quill.
Looks to everybody.
Oh no, I have questions.
I mean,
Ask away. I am
Okay.
an immortal after.
All right. First question.
Mhm.
Do you know how or can you assist in breaking the chains that are dragging this place down?
Looks over. I know of those that can assist you. And if you have me serve you loyally, I can give you that information freely.
but
In fact, I could escort you there too, if you so told me to, as I would be following you loyally.
Okay.
Brakka looks to Nixon and is like, that's why I even bothered with sparing him. He could actually take us to Zariel, probably.
I believe
Not
you
Or at least
mortals.
find us.
I believe you mortals call it slavery. I would be a slave under your servitude for up to 9
but
days.
afterwards, you will not pursue us for the sword or the phylactery, but you can pursue us
As
for
it
any
says-
other reason.
As it says in clause 2.b.1, yes. As he like underlines it on the contract, and the body's like, as he just
But you can pursue us, I don't know, because, for example, Nix is too blue or something. I mean, you can just make an excuse. I mean, humans do that all the time.
why
Nick
would I
looks
do
down
that?
at there's new scales like too blue.
Why would I pursue you because of your scales being a certain pigmentation? That would not help me rank up down here.
No, but it's just an excuse, and then you just snatch the sword once you are done. It's called lying.
But if I pursued after your Nix, that'd be the same as pursuing after the sword. For they are one of the
Like-
same now.
Or any other reason. I mean, it was an example.
Another question. Do you know where Zariel is?
Everyone knows where Zariel is.
So if you were to serve us, not only would you be able to escort us to those that could assist us in breaking the chains to free the city,
Mhm.
if within that time frame you're still under our servitude, you could take us, or at least point us towards Zariel themselves.
Yeah, of course.
Put that on the contract. Specifically assisting us in breaking the chains and taking us to Zariel.
Well,
There's
if
plenty
he,
of there's printed canvas left over. I can do that.
yeah,
So
I
it's
was going to
carving
say,
more into the body, and they're just like,
And-
why?
Nix, if he's serving us anyways, he doesn't have to do that. He doesn't have to write that in there. It's just implied.
No. It's fine. Wants to be specific about it.
We're just adding more specificity to it, making it more complex.
If we leave room for loopholes, there's a chance of betrayal. I'd rather get this taken care of as quickly as possible without causing or falling through said loopholes.
Fair enough.
The Ice Devil summons up an ice chair and sits in it.
Anybody else think of anything?
I'd be moving closer to sign.
Hands you the ice quill. It's pretty cool. Damn it. I did not mean that very well. But it's like a whitish blue, and it sparkles like the frost of like untouched snow. Yeah.
Well, with perfect wizard calligraphy.
The body stays still, but is crying the whole time.
Let's get to work.
Anyone else sign?
I'm assuming that we have to, otherwise the contract doesn't really take into effect, right?
The contract only works for those that have signed it.
So we don't all need to sign it. It'll serve the ones that sign.
It will serve
Rick?
the ones that sign, but if you all sign it, then all of you would not get pursued by this Ice Devil again.
Rick?
If Nyx does not sign it, there's nothing stopping it from pursuing you later.
But it's already agreeing not to pursue for the Sword of Zariel. For the group.
To those that have signed the contract.
Yeah, it
It's-
was in the clause in the contract. But Rick?
It's one of the many loopholes, but still can pursue you for being a mortal in hell.
But Rick,
Yes.
looking at it, do you see any fine print in a infernal or anything?
Do I see any hidden clauses they
Like,
snuck in?
Give me an insight check.
like in little small, like fine, like 4-point font?
Oh, you mean lawyer print?
Yeah, lawyer print.
27.
From what you can see, you don't see anything else in here that would be of a downside to you guys. This still seems to be in the devil's favor, though, only because after it serves you for 9 days, it's gone and it can leave instead of being killed by you here and now forever.
Yeah.
But for your guys' current situation, this is more beneficial for you.
Right.
And you're pretty sure the devil knows that.
Mm-hmm.
It has not put anything in there about like, oh, and your souls are forfeit at the end of it.
Yeah, that's what I was mostly worried about.
Actually, the only thing you see in there, though, is if any of you attack the Ice Devil, willingly or otherwise, your souls are forfeit to Mephistopheles, his lord.
Does that go? Well, I guess he's not going to attack us in servitude.
And you notice that the fine print within the fine print is that's actually talking about another legal dealing that has to deal with Mephistopheles and all of his followers, and that's something that all of them just have innately.
So if we're forced, like mind controlled, and attack him, our souls are forfeit.
Yes.
Lovely.
You also notice that in the fine print squared, he cannot. The Ice Devil himself that's making the contract cannot alter this part of the contract himself. Or it would
So
be,
if any of us physically attack him,
if any of you do damage to him willingly or otherwise. So
Any
you could shoot
person
off a
that
fireball
signs.
and you didn't mean to hit the Ice Devil, and the Ice Devil's around the corner and you didn't know it. It would not avoid this contract because you did no damage because it's immune to fire.
Right.
Welcome everybody to D&D Legal. This is pre-law.
Welcome to D&D Hell.
Mhm.
These are devils.
what about damage by proxy?
So it's just it's the same thing. D&D legal and D&D hell are the same thing.
Oh, because you got so high in that check, Richtofen, and knowing how you roll, there's nothing specifying anything that you summon or raise.
so
subjects.
proxies can
So,
attack.
Your proxies could.
Good.
Right. And it just, and like you said, it says something in there that this is just something that everyone has to include in their contracts. It's just part of it. He's not just trying to be malicious for just being malicious.
All greater devils underneath Mephistopheles have to have this in part of their clause for their agreements with any mortals.
Okay. So it's just company policy, right?
Yes.
So they must be super annoying if they have to add that if you heard that.
It's almost like they've been making
bound.
deals with mortals for centuries or longer and have had these problems.
I don't know, friends. I'm trying to get an achievement here of spending all this time in hell without having to sign a single contract.
Now, this is the contracts for only mortals, right?
Only to those that sign the contract. It does not specify mortal. The
Okay.
fine print part is not mortals only either.
Like, say, if someone signs a mortal, but something happens along the way, they become immortal,
The contract would still apply to them.
even if they no longer had a need for a soul.
Yes.
And you already signed it, Rick. So
Yeah, you checked it after you signed.
Yeah, I've got a demon, so
it's just me and Koi then.
Oh, Brakka signed too.
once I heard from Rick that everything is okay.
You sign?
Reluctantly, Brakka just takes the pen and just next to Rick's name, just like starts just carving and just going, sorry.
So who doesn't sign?
And just signs it in. She signs it in Orcish, Brakka Wild Song.
Esquire.
I'm fairly certain at this point, Rick, we all have to sign, or else we're not moving forward.
Yeah, Nix especially has to sign because otherwise it'll attack him or go after the sword. And so will his compatriots, because that was part of the clause that he and his compatriots will not go after the sword. People under him specifically.
I was going to add
Okay.
more to the contract, but I can't because he's already finished making the contract. That's the other big thing, then, Richtofen, that is a pro on your guys' side. He did not specify that every single one of you have to sign the contract for the contract to work. But the contract only works for those that sign it. So Koi does not have to sign it, and Nix doesn't have to sign it, but the Ice Devil will not serve them in any way.
But the
And it
off
would
trade of
not
that,
prevent the Ice Devil from pursuing them later.
exactly.
Or now, actually. I mean, if the Ice Devil wanted, it could fight me, for example. And
Not if I control it.
oh yeah, right. That's fair.
Yeah, it serves us because we signed the contract and we can tell him not to attack you.
For up to 9 days.
9 days.
So 8
the
days,
word-
23 hours, where you put down
And
the
if
clown.
you wanted to cancel it early, the key phrase is "fuck you" to the Ice Devil in common.
That's specifically written in there.
And no, Mav, if anybody that signs the contract attempts to, as you said, put down the devil that 1 hour before it's up, your souls are forfeit.
No, because if you don't sign it, you're not bound by the contract.
So you want at least one of us not to sign it.
And technically, if anyone's not going to sign it, it should be Deadeye over here. You can't see where I'm pointing, but I'm pointing at Koi.
Yeah.
Oh
That's
yeah, not
irrelevant.
your webcam setup.
It's all covered by our pictures, so that was irrelevant.
Yep.
So, okay. Trying to wrap this up as quickly as possible because this is... I
No,
hate
take
this.
your time, says the Ice Devil.
Shut up. So basically, the party can keep the demon from summoning the friends and coming after us during these 9 days. That much...
This devil, yes.
Devil, sorry. I've been watching too much Supernatural. And can prevent any of this from happening during those 9 days. Problem is, if even one of us doesn't sign...
By this devil or any of the devils it commands, which
Right.
it commands a lot. It's
Right.
a greater devil.
But at the end of that 9 days, regardless of however many don't sign, they can immediately turn around and start swinging at those that didn't sign the contract.
They can even
Yes.
go after the ones who signed
But
the contract.
if someone who signed a contract and the ones that they have to serve loyally is like, hey, do not attack my friends. Boom. Can't attack anyone who hasn't signed a contract. That as long as they're friends to the ones that have signed a contract that ordered the devil to not attack their friends.
Yeah.
But that's the problem. After 9 days, they can immediately summon and track and attack any of those that don't sign. That's the biggest thing.
No.
No, he's saying that as long as we're still friends and you're allied with us, then they can't attack us. They can't attack you.
Until the 9 days are up.
No,
afterwards.
even after the 9 days are
It
up.
serves you loyally for 9 days.
It just serves
But
us
on
for 9
top
days.
of that, there was no duration ending for this part.
Yeah.
It and all of the devils that are under its name will not pursue your group
Or
for
the
the phylactery of Kochichi, and then added after that,
or
and
the sword of Zariel. Yeah.
Okay, so in this case, me and Koi cannot sign it. He still follows us. We get the 9 day. Well, you two get the 9 days. We still get the servitude, the information, and we don't have to worry about them coming after us immediately after the 9 days are up.
Yeah.
We should worry about that anyways, because they can come after us because we're still people in hell, and that's what devils do. So
Okay. At this point, I think we're good with the signatures that we've already got. Brakka and Richtofen can keep them from attacking us during the 9 days duration. We don't have to worry about them coming after us after said 9 day duration, so long as we don't attack them. And should we feel the need to during that time frame, Koi and Nix can attack without forfeiting anybody's souls. Is this correct?
yes.
as fun as it looks like, I'm not gonna sign.
It doesn't look like fun. I just carved my name into a living person's flesh. That was not fun for me as a druid.
Oh no! Don't worry, they're not living.
Yeah, it doesn't look like super living.
Okay,
Anyway, I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna turn around and try to recover my bolts.
Put some moral fears to rest. What's your name?
You can call me Crystallis.
Crystallis. Very nice name. Crystallis, put some moral fears to rest, and just points to the mummy sickle that we just signed on. Were they at least an asshole in real life?
Oh, I don't know, but this is what their servitude is for being damned into the 9 hells.
Ah, damn. Okay.
Do not worry, they will not be harmed after the contract is signed.
I was just more worried of whether or not this was an innocent person that got damned to hell by accident, or if this was someone who was actually an asshole. Like they abused animals or some shit.
So
did you abuse animals? As he leans down to the guy, and the guy's like, he's like,
they had to do something.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Okay, Rick, does this put you at ease? Does this qualify as good?
I'm fine. So is the ink dry yet?
There's no ink. We were just carving into his flesh.
Yeah.
Okay. So he worked for us now, right?
Right, then the deal is done. And okay, so in the adventure, they have all these fun new forms of contracts that aren't just a sheet of paper that appears. This is one of them. So, this contract is a damned wretch. Let's see. Oh, he also specifies, oh, yeah, this person's here because they signed a contract, but they broke the deal.
Oh. Yeah, because devils, deal breakers must be like the worst offenders down here, huh?
You also noticed in the contract some other things as the deal is done, and the chains appear from under the ground and grab this wretch and drags it into the ground, and you guys don't see it again. the contract also gave the contract itself immunity to all damage that isn't dealt by the devil or those that have signed it.
So those that signed it or the devil can attack and destroy the contract.
Yes.
Huh.
Neat.
Making the contract null and void.
So tell me, how many troops are under his command?
I will tell you eventually, but the restroom is calling, so I'll be back in a few.
Break time.
Scotty? Time?
Yeah.
Okay.
2 shakes anymore, and it's
Man, don't say that on live
Right.
TV. So apologies to the audience. We hate this kind of stuff as much as anybody else does. Awkward as all get out. But we want to cover all our bases, so to speak. And Richtofen, he's a military mind, so trying to cover all our bases.
I may have an army.
I wouldn't be surprised if next thing you play is an artillerist artificer, just so you can have guns.
Artificers are super fun.
Oh, heck yeah.
They just I don't know, every class has super few attacks compared to the fighter. That's
Mhm. Well, I mean, every other class usually has some kind of magic or some weird big Nova burst damage thing. So fighters have to have something that sets them apart.
Which I
So
think
that
it's
was-
unfair for barbarians and rangers actually.
Rangers especially. For class needs a revamp.
Yeah. Yeah, at least barbarians are super tanky. They don't do much damage, but they are tanky.
Yeah. Welcome back.
Okay, sorry about that, folks. This is it. We're going to wrap up here tonight. So, as we end here, next to High Hall, up in Elturel, with an Ice Devil, Crystallis, does anyone have any thugs?
I could have found out how many troops he has.
Later.
We'll figure that out next time.
Yeah, next time.
I think I'll start with Lluis.
Oh, yeah, check out my Twitter. I do art. And check out my Patreon. I do more art. Words. Yeah, next.
Okay.
Words hard.
I just knew Lluis would have stuff. Baraka, do you got anything?
I have nothing at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, if I think it's something, I'll let you know.
All right. Nix, do you got anything?
Nope.
And Richtofen.
I have an army.
Gotcha.
Not yet.
Give us a couple sessions and you'll have a Hulk too. You get that damn phylactery back.
Yeah. On that note, thank you for watching. And if you like the show or any other shows on here, if you're watching on Twitch, all of the YouTube playlists for all the campaigns ran on here are down below. If you're watching on YouTube, you can just check out the playlists on my channel. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Oh, wait.
Yes.
Wait.
Yes.
Before we cut out, everybody don't forget, check out Scotty's Patreon and Fiverr account as well. Does good art. It's good dude.
Oh, thank you.
Right.
And on that note, we'll call it a night. Bye,
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.